Yeah, good. Slow bicycle, just like that. And all of the things that I want you to focus on are through your center for this one, okay? So like your limbs are moving around your middle. And then if you're not really breathing too much quite yet, that's okay. We'll start out a little easier, a little slower. And now you might start to bring in the breath a bit, okay? So I say you might, like maybe you're just gonna like, okay, I'm just gonna kind of get my body moving first. That's great. And then maybe you go exhale, twist for 2. And then you breathe in for 2 and exhale for 2. Maybe you're an inhale and an exhale in each move. Just keep kicking your legs out. A little squeeze for 3, for 2, and 1. And then take your feet down, just a little lift of your hips. Kind of like a passive bridge. Big belly breath in. And big belly breath out. Let your hips come down. Awesome. Now, your right hand is gonna reach overhead. So let's just find that position first. Okay, right arm overhead. Yeah, and then you're gonna kick your left leg up. Reach up with your right hand towards your left toes. Big breath out. Okay, now we're really in the breath. Inhale, we get long through your arm and your leg. And then exhale, sit up, full breath out. Okay, so on the same side, right hand reaches to your left toes, big breath out. Inhale and exhale. Okay, and then you can even have your left hand behind your head for some support. Yeah, and just nice and smooth with your breath. Okay, now, one of the beautiful things about core work and breathing is our abdomen, our abdominal wall, is actually attached to certain parts of our diaphragm, and that's how we breathe. Okay, so every time you exhale, try and pull in with your abdominal wall and really get the breath out. Okay, one more time. All right, set your foot down and then again, do that little hip bridge. Just lift your hips up, a little sway of your hips if you like, side to side. And then easy, set your hips down. Left arm overhead. Okay, big breath in, get as long as you can with your spine. And then exhale, reach up to your right foot. Good, breathe in, we open up. And then exhale, kick up. Guys, this is the best thing ever. When I look over at my screen, all I see is your legs just like coming up into the camera view and then away. It's the best. So just trust me that it's awesome, okay? If you can't see the screen. Good, and then your right hand behind your head might give you some extra support. All the way to the bottom of your breathing, okay? Big exhale. Exhale. And just see if you can be so patient with yourself. You breathe in to get long, and then that big breath all the way out, and you hold it out when you reach. Like, don't breathe in until you're all the way empty, yeah? All right. So while we're moving today, I want you to think about all the things that you have thought and that you have felt over this time at home. And know that nothing is off bounds. Nothing is out of bounds or off limits. We got 2 more here. Okay, so just kind of start ruminating about what it is that you've thought and felt over this last while together. Okay, set your right foot down and then lift your hips. A little sway. Oh yeah. Okay, hug your knees in, give yourself a squeeze. Yeah. And then we're going to go back to our slow motion bicycle, but this time it's going to be with straight legs. So we go legs up nice and high towards the ceiling, hands behind your head, right elbow to left thigh, legs are pretty straight, okay? And then we come through center, and then we go to the other side. Left elbow to right thigh, good. Now, keep it going with your little bicycle. If this feels like a lot, having your legs straight while you alternate, you can bend your knees and that is all 1000% good, okay? And then see if you can kind of sync it up with that breathing that you were doing before. So big exhale, exhale, exhale. And then if your legs are not straight, just flex your feet. Okay, flex your feet as much as you can. We got it. Keep breathing. For 5. Oh yeah. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lay your head back. A little hip bridge, maybe a little sway with your knees side to side. Just a little breather here. Breathe into your belly and then easy. Big sigh, let it go. All right. Now we're gonna rock up just to a seat. So come on up and do to your seat. Okay. Now I'm gonna lean back onto your left hand. Okay, onto your left hand. Your right arm reaches up and back and your left leg kicks out. Okay. So now you're gonna lean back, bend into your left elbow a bit, and then exhale, pull right up onto your hips and try and touch your toe. Okay, come back, lean back, exhale, come up, touch your toes. Yeah, good, you got it. Now see if you can come all the way back, all the way back, all the way back, and then pop right up onto your hips. Nice. Now, if that is a no-go, remember, you can go back to here. Hand overhead, and then just reach up, kick towards your toes. Okay, you might go a little slower with this one. Little pop up, and then come down. And see if we can open and close kind of at the same time. Big breath out. That's it. Nice. Anytime you want to go back to open and close in the same rate, no problem. You just lay it all the way back. Good. Okay, last 3. Nice. Last 2. And 1. All right, lay it back. Take a hot second here. And then we're going to go to the other side. All right, so left arm overhead, right leg long, and then we're going to make that option, okay? So either your right hand on the floor, pushing down to help you up, and then you do that little lay back, and then we come up. Or try and come all the way back, and all the way up. Big exhale. Okay. Nice, and try and like roll yourself back on purpose. So try not to just fall back. That'll be maybe the tendency. Yeah, good. Anytime you want to go back to laying out and then you just go reach up with the kick high, no problem. You do that. Awesome. Yep, we got this. See if you can flex your right foot. So toes towards you. Good. That's it. Okay, last 3. Here we go. Big breath out. 2 and 1. Awesome. Lay it all the way back. Hug your knees in. Give yourself a little squeeze. Very good. Now we roll over onto your right side. All right. So these are dead stop hip lifts. So at the bottom, you're on your right elbow and your hips are on the ground, yes? Okay. So now lengthen your left leg out towards the back of your mat or your space. And then you might even use your left hand on the floor here in front of you to help you lift your hips off your mat. You might push down to your right knee or your legs can be straight, okay? So lower your hips right to the mat, full stop, and then you lift up, big squeeze. Come down, full stop, and then full squeeze up, okay? Now, if your right knee's down, you're not feeling lots, okay? You're gonna lengthen your legs out and then lift. Hips touch down, full stop, and then full go. Lift your hips. Good, so we're really focusing through right side body. Think from your right hip to your right armpit. Really good. Stay with this for 3. Push down on the floor to lift up. 2. Yeah. And 1. Really good. Okay, come over onto a seat. That was really good. Some of you guys might not have liked that too much, but that's okay. That's okay. There's lots of stuff out there that we don't like. Okay, take your hands out to the side, behind you a bit. Leaning into your glutes, lift your feet. Lift your feet off the floor. Good. Now roll into your left butt cheek. Yeah. Lengthen your legs out. Yeah. Really good. And then you're going to pump your knees towards your left armpit and squeeze your right side, just like we were doing in those little side plank hip lifts. Okay. So we go lengthen, exhale, bring it in. Yeah. Lengthen and bring it in. So it's kind of like we're trying to squeeze our right ribs to our right hip. Big exhale. Now, if this is too much, you're going to go a little smaller pump. Okay. So you just go out a little, in a little. Always options, yeah? Good. Awesome. So good to see you guys moving out there. Looking solid. Stay with it. Good. For 4. Yep. 3. Big squeeze your right side. 2. And 1. All right. Come through seated. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you can set yourself up on your left elbow. Get yourself situated. Now, you can have your legs out. Remember, you could have your left knee down, no problem. Hips touch down, and then push to your feet and lift your hips. You might use your right hand out in front of you to help you lift up, and that's great. Yeah, lift up. Big exhale, okay? You might even use your right foot a bit more to help you lift up. Yeah, big squeeze. And it's all about the up part, the like full lift with your hips high. That's the good stuff, okay? You got it? Very good. For 3. Big squeeze, left side body. 2. And 1. Yeah, okay, good. Come onto your bum. Hands can come out beside you and behind. Now you roll off into your right bum cheek. So right over on your hip, okay? Hug your knees in, and then you're gonna start to lengthen your legs out. Okay, knees go towards your right armpit. And think chest towards the outside of your left thigh. Outside of left thigh, big squeeze. Now you might feel a little bit uncoordinated with these, and that's okay. You might go a little smaller to start. Okay, flex your toes towards you. And try to lean back a bit. Lean back, and then bring it in. Lean back, bring it in. Big squeeze. Oh boy. Yeah? Way to go. Stay with this. Breathe out completely. 4. Yeah. 3. Good. 2. And 1. Awesome. All right. I want you to flip it over onto your front side, and we're going to go to a plank position. Okay? So you go to your elbows, tuck your toes, lift your knees. All right. Good. Now hold just like this. So knees are off the mat. That's it. Really good. And then you're going to start to hip dip your left outer hip to the floor. And then you lift up, and then right outer hip to the floor. So there's this big rainbow that you make with your hips up and around. Tap your hip, up and around. Left side and right side. Yeah, now if that's a lot on your back, you might not lower your hip all the way to the floor, and you might just make like a little small semicircle side to side. Yeah, great. And just see if you can kind of catch where the core is really working. Twist, little twist. Yeah, fantastic. Stay with this. Yeah. Really nice. Last 4, 3, we got her. 2, and 1. Oh yeah, okay, come down. Now we're gonna go back to those, take a little pause here. We're gonna go back to those side plank full stop hip dips. Now, if you're already feeling like the ones on your elbows were lots, you're gonna stick with that, okay? I'm gonna give you a little extra challenge here on your hand. So your legs will be off the mat. And if you take a peek, my left foot is on the floor here. Can you guys see that? I think you can. Yeah, great. So you're on your right hand, you're gonna lower your hips to the floor. From here, your full stop, push down on the floor and lift your hips, okay? So this is our brand new one. If this is too much, remember you go back to the one we were doing before, okay? On your elbow. So here we go. Whatever's on the floor, which is your right hand and both your feet in some capacity. Full stop to the bottom and big squeeze up. It should feel like, holy, I might not be able to get my hips up. Squeeze. Yeah, you got it. Now you're strong in your core to support your back as well, your low back. Yes. Push through your left foot if it's in that little trick position. They give you an extra hand, okay? Last 3, big squeeze. Last 2, and 1. This time we're gonna hold the top. So lift up, hold up, reach your left arm up to the ceiling, and then you're gonna pulse your hips up. Pulse them up, squeeze all about that right side body, your right side body, squeeze, squeeze for 8, 7, hips up, you got it, 6, 5, 4, 3, oh yeah, 2, 1, come down. Yeah, that's nice, hey? Thumb up, I think I can see you, all of you. Yeah, okay, I see some of your thumbs going up. Okay, we're switching. We're going to the other side, okay? So sometimes I feel like this one kind of requires like some setup. Yeah? Okay, so get yourself set up and then you're gonna lift, okay? So hips touch down. The whole point is the stop and then the up. The full exhale to the up. Okay. And when I say set up, like you might have to move your hand a couple times. You might need to situate your feet. But it's all about that squeeze. Yeah, you might even actually put your right hand on your left side. Squeeze it, lift. Yeah, team, looking solid. Big squeeze up. Yeah, and it can be messy. It's okay. Does not have to be perfect. You're in your house, doing your thing. Don't worry about what it looks like. Just keep focusing on that up. Here we go for our 3. Big squeeze. Squeeze. Tap. 2. One more good one. We hold the top. Lift up. Hold up. Nice. And then we lower an inch, lift an inch. Little tap, little pulse up top. Yeah, you got it. Push down. 7, 6. Yeah. 5. Oh yeah. 4, 3, 2, 1. To your knees. Ha! Little shoulder roll back. Big sigh. Oh yeah. Nice. You might even roll your head around a little side to side if that's okay on your neck. Oh yeah. Okay. Come round onto your bum. All right. And then we're going to go to those little knee pumps again, okay? So you're going to take your hands behind you. Lean back. The whole lean back is the good thing, okay? Knees pull towards your left shoulder first. Yeah, good. Now, lengthen your legs out. Get low, maybe a little lower this time. And then knees in. Squeeze your right side. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, bring it in. And actually use your hands to help you here. Okay, we get long, and then we squeeze. Yeah, you got it. And then see if you can exaggerate a bit more of that side body squeeze on the right. Yeah, I'm also realizing how challenging it is to talk while I'm doing this core stuff with y'all. Like, good. It's really good. Here we go for 2. One more time, hug it in, big squeeze, and then straight away roll it over your right hip, legs lengthen out, and then knees go towards your right shoulder. Big squeeze, lengthen, exhale, lengthen, exhale. Yeah. Let's bring the breathing back as well. Okay, so we go big exhale. Feet stay flexed and pretty even. Good, we got it. Ooh, so nice. Yeah. Good job, team. Stay with this. Okay, we go long and in, and we got last 3. Yeah, pull it in, 2 and 1. All right, come through seated. Take your knees out wide and fold forward in towards your feet. It's like a little rounding for your spine. Ooh, yeah. Nice. Okay, come over onto tabletop, and we're gonna go to plank position for those hip dips. So you're gonna choose the depth that you dip your hips down to the side. You can tap your whole hip to the floor, cool. If not, you're just gonna create that little small semicircle, side to side, creating lots of support, for your low back, okay? Yeah, that looks good. Nice job, you guys. That's it, little sweep. And your low ribs are pulling into your body, low ribs in. Yeah, good. Nice work, team. Stay with this. Literally 10 seconds. Literally, that's a literal 10. Yes, now it's 4. Yeah, 3, 2, and 1. And then lay down. Keep your elbows where they were. Point your toes back and then just lift your head. Oh yeah. Chin up, little stretch on the front of your body. Oh yes. A couple of breaths here. All right. Now, some people know this one with me. I'm just gonna turn so that you can see my legs straight on for a hot second, okay? So take a little peek at your screen. So my right leg is gonna go underneath my left, but my legs stay straight, okay? My left leg's on top, which means I'm gonna twist my upper body to the left, okay? Then I open and cross the other way, okay? Open, cross the other way as I twist my upper body. Okay, we'll call these crisscross bicycles. The whole thing is that you keep your legs pretty straight, okay? So you go ahead, right leg under, twist to the left to start, and then switch and twist. Yeah, good. Nice. Now there's a bit of coordination with this one. Yeah, and just make sure that you're twisting towards the leg that's on top. Twist. Yeah. Nice. And now the leg that's on the bottom, it's crossing the midline of your body, right? That's going to be your challenge-o-meter. Okay, I really love that term because it's like, how hard do you want to make this on that meter? If you want to make it harder, you're going to lower your bottom leg more. If you don't want it as hard, I'm just going to keep it up nice and high. Angie, how's that going, baby girl? Woo! I know, right? Okay, we got it. Meg Morton, yeah, girl, you're on here now. So good. Sweet. Good job, team. Okay, these are like some of my absolute favorite abs ever. So keep breathing, feel the twist as you go across your body. And here we go for 10, 9, 8, we got it. 7, if you stop, join back in. 6, 5, woo, yeah, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah, open your elbows, lay back, feet to the floor. Take a big breath in. Big sigh out. Oh, yeah. All right. Your feet are wide on your mat. Your hands are behind your head. Take a big breath in. And then your heels kick up and you sit up towards your thighs. Try and go elbows towards the fronts of your thighs. Okay, tap your toes out wide, bend your knees, lay back. And then exhale, heels up, big squeeze, hug in towards your thighs. Inhale, lower your feet. Exhale, curl in. Now, options, if this is too much on your low back, by putting your feet down, and you're just gonna bend your heels towards, bend your knees rather, heels to your bum, and then kick up. Inhale, we come down and open. Exhale, bring it in. Little squeeze. Yeah. Keep the exhale happening as you sit up. Oh, yeah. Now see if you can lift your tailbone every time you bring your heels up. Squeeze. Yeah, that's like low ribs to your hips a lot. Big squeeze in. Try and get your elbows as close to your thighs as you can. Nice. Awesome. Last two. One more time. So good. And then we go right back to crisscross bicycles. Right leg under, you twist left. Exhale, switch. Try and keep your legs straight. If they're not straight, that's okay. Flex your feet. Keep working with it. Really work at crossing your legs over the midline of your body. So that like if you were to draw a line from your belly button all the way up, try and get that cross happening. That's it. Nice. Now don't be scared of this being hard, okay? If you need to stop, just join back in. Yeah. Right whenever you feel like, okay, I can get a breath, and then I'm in for it. Yeah. Good job. Walk to an edge. Stay with it. If you feel like you can't breathe, try and breathe out forcefully. Here we go for 10. Yep. 9, 8. You can. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet low, big breath in. Exhale, heels high, curl in. Right to it. Okay, feet to the floor wide. Heels up, straight legs. Exhale, you lift your tailbone. Yes. Yes. Nice. Steady Eddie. Big exhale all the way to your sit up. Yeah. Nice. Try and lay your head back and then really squeeze in tight, tight, tight. Wowza. So good. Nice work. Yeah, Claire. Good job, Kimmy. You. Good job, people. Stay with it. Nice. Big curl in. And then last two here. We got one more set of these two. Low. All right. Right back to crisscross. Here we go. Take a breath if you need it, and then we're right to it. Criss and cross and twist, and here we go. Try and get that smoothness to it, especially if that's hard. It's all good. Okay? Squeeze and squeeze. Oh boy. Yep, keep breathing. You got it. If you pause, join back in, come right to it. Elbows up high on the twist. Squeeze, squeeze. Oh boy. Is it getting good yet? I hope. We got this. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet go down, big breath out, sit up. Last one with this. Whoo. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you can breathe, you can move. You can do this. Even if you need a pause, take a pause and then come right back to it. Yeah, that's it. Nice work. Oh, yeah. That's it. Calm. Big push right up through, breath out. Try and lift your tailbone if you haven't tried that out yet. Lift your tailbone when you sit up. For 3, 2, and then we're gonna hold on one, toes down, legs up, hold up, and then you reach your hands up or keep your hands behind your head and we pulse in and up. This is our finisher, people, okay? Lift your tailbone, yeah, and then pulse up, punch your breath out. Little pulse, on purpose. Okay, we're right here for this, and then we got some back work, back strength, and we're done, okay? Stay with this for 10. A little more pulse. 9, 8, 7. Punch your breath out. 6, 5. Wow. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. Lengthen your arms out. Lengthen your legs out. Big stretch. Ooh, yeah. Nice work. Okay, come over onto your belly. Yeah. Onto your belly. And then do that little stretch again with your elbows under your shoulder joints. Oh yeah, legs go back. And then you might even like press down a bit more and lift your head, lift your chin. Nice. And try and like really stretch the front of your belly out. Oh yeah. Nice. Super good. Okay. Now we're gonna come down into a little spine strengthening set to finish this whole thing out. If you take a peek at the camera for a hot second, this is the position of your arms. This is the position. Okay, so your hands are by your shoulders and your elbows are in, right beside you, okay? So you come down on the floor, find that position, elbows in tight, big breath, and then you're gonna lift just your head, lift your chest, lift your shoulders, but keep your legs down for this one, okay? So lay down, big breath, exhale, lift up. Breathe in, and then exhale to lift. Now, can you let the priority be the shoulder blades pulling towards the spine? The heads of your shoulders pulling back? Not so much just the extension in your low back. Like, yes, that is happening, but we're trying to fire up all the little muscles along your spine. They're called the multifidi. I love them. I love that name, by the way. And they're like how all of our little vertebrae are connected, okay? Lots of other things happening there too, but just think like shoulder blades backing together, trying to feel that muscle strength along your spine. Yeah. I like to view those muscles along my spine, like they gotta be sturdy for us to stand up for what we believe in, yeah? Rather than just like folding and like letting that go. Right? We gotta have a strong spine, but then we need a soft front, like a soft heart, yeah? So just lift up from that place, and then lift and hold on the next one. Lift up, hold here, hold. Yeah, you got it. Now suck your belly button in. Yeah, you got it. Hold there. See if you can lift up a little higher, and then lift your legs. Take your arms behind you. It's like you're free falling out of a plane. Oh my gosh, whoa. We're flying out of a plane. You lift your legs and then bend your knees like you would go to bow, but just reach your arms back, freestyling right here, out of a plane. Curve your spine, look up, lift up. Holy, what a view. You got it. For 3, 2, and 1. Come down. Do nothing except breathe in and breathe out. Breathe into your belly. Feel your low back rise and fall. You can make some sound with your breath. And then go ahead to child's pose. Nice, easy stretch back, hips to your heels. Big sigh. You can have a little sound, a little hum with your exhale. That might feel nice. Remember, the comforts of your own home. You can do what you want. Really, now more than ever, if you're not doing what you want or what feels good, this is the time to practice it. So just take a good long breath in and an even longer breath out. Great, and then come on up to a seat. Yeah, good. If you want to get some water, you can get water. And then those of you that are going to stick around for some coffee and a little chat, I'll give you guys about 3 minutes. Some of you might need to make your coffee, so that's fair. If you can like bring your screen with you, that's cool. And then you can cozy into a little spot and yeah, just get yourself good and cozy, comfortable. If you want to grab a layer, like a sweater or something, that's awesome. And then we'll all just like convene back here. I'm gonna go heat my coffee up because it is now cold. And just give you guys some time. That's sweet? Yeah? Okay, cool. And if you can't stay, that's okay too, but I just want to give you guys a chance to have some connection and face-to-face time with some super rad people that are cool. Okay. Fantastic.
Hey, Rob.
Hi, just one sec, actually. And what'd you say, honey?
Do you say come back in 30 minutes?
No, I said 3.
Okay, I was like, really?
Excuse me? You're like, how does this go? No, like 3 or 2, or like just as quick as you can. That's cool. No problem. Oh, God, I love it.
Does it look good? Does it look good?
All right, how are we doing, friends, with the coffeeing and the getting things together? Yes, we might be moving areas. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go sit in my chair. Let's just like really get this comfortable extra, you know? So good. All right.
Can you hear me?
Great. Sorry, what'd you say, Ange?
Oh, I said, can you hear me? I was just testing because I just saw that I was muted. Do you want
Oh yeah, I just muted everyone just so we don't hear everybody's like coffee making skills, but that's fair. That's good. I can hear you though. So good. All right. Ladies, this is so great. We're all back and together. Fantastic. Okay. So the way that I would really love this to go is somewhat like free flowing. And my intention for sharing this with the world and now all of you that are here is really just to give you some space to share out loud how things are going. I have a few questions and things that I'd like you guys to even reflect on and then to perhaps share about. And just giving you a space and an opportunity for you to share what is happening and to have some face-to-face through the online world connection with each other. And there's some like really rad human beings on this call. And so if anything, maybe you'll just have a sense of like, wow, I'm not alone in feeling all these things that you might be feeling. If I could just share from my own experience over time, not just this specific circumstance, but just like any time that I've had something like kind of wild feeling go on in my life and I've shared it with someone, a good friend or someone close to me, there's always this like, oh yeah, that's totally happened to me or is currently happening to me. And sometimes we can feel like we're on our own little deserted island experiencing the thing that we're experiencing. When really it's like, we're not the only one. And there's a lot of other just like people out there that are also having a similar experience. So just so you know, that's my intention. And if you don't feel like sharing, that's okay. I just want you to know that you can, and that it really is a contribution to everyone. It is a contribution to everyone when you share, because like I said, someone shares something, it's like, oh yeah, there might be a similar feeling in the bunch. And yeah, I know that sometimes talking on video or talking to people that you don't know or out loud might be like a little challenging, or maybe hard, or maybe not hard. And I'll just give you guys the time to do that. So thank you for being here once again. How is our core doing, by the way? Actually, here, I'll unmute you guys. How's our core? Are we doing good? Well, that is like, wow, lots of feelings there. Can we talk about that thing that just happened? So good. So then I'll just mute everyone. And then if you would like to share, you can just go like a little hand up and I'll just unmute you. And then you can share just so that there's not lots of like background noise and we can all just hear each other. Is that cool? Yeah. Okay, sweet. So the first question that I would love to hear from a few of you is, over this past, 3 weeks, or, for some of you 2 weeks, what have you really been missing? What have you really been missing? Angie, go ahead, honey. Pardon?
Contact with like physical touch. I personally, oh my God, that all the core ab work we just did was excruciating for me, because I've been paddleboarding and trying to like stay sane. I'm gonna get out and do this and that, but then all these tight muscles, and then it's like, oh wow, I actually really need my massage therapist and my chiro right now, and I can't have them.
Sure. Got it.
And even so, I'm like, I'm a hugger, and I can't like go hug my friends or my grandma. I'm like, oh God.
Oh, God.
But
Yeah.
like, yeah, I've been missing human touch.
Yes.
Therapeutic touch and hugs.
Got it. Yeah, same. So you guys, my mom went on a trip, and then she came back and she like delivered a little something for my doorstep, and I answered the door and I was like, I can't hug you right now, and this is the weirdest thing on the planet. Anyone else would like to share about that? What are you missing right now, or these days? I feel like all of you have something right on the tip of your tongue and you're like, wait, okay, Kimmy, go ahead.
Again, missing the hugs, but also missing being able to go and do whatever without feeling judged, right? So you make sure that when you are going out, I mean, I go out and I do my runs and hikes and that, but sometimes you just want to go and, I don't know, pick something up, and it's not a necessity. So you're going, okay, I'll give it a rest and I'll wait until I've got a bit more of a list, because yeah, people are being a little bit judgmental, and so they should be. But it's yeah, I miss the freedom of just going on outings, I guess, and seeing people and hugging. And
yeah, totally. I hear you on that, Kimmy. You guys, can we all just like put a hand up, or just like this kind of action if we're feeling that there's like an increased amount of like very judgy feelings out there from others? Like, yeah, it's like, oh my God, did you see the people doing, you know what I mean? And we don't need to carry on down that part, but it's just like, that is something that's so present right now, and for me as well. And I'm like, it's one of those things that you kind of like can't, you look at and you're like, it's like like almost like a car crash. Like, why is that so there, okay. Aside of that, who else would like to share? It's like, what are you missing right now? Melissa, and then Megs, okay? Melissa, go ahead, honey.
I was just gonna say I miss like having things to look forward to. Like I know that the farmers market's supposed to open in May, and just like I'm applying for a program for school next year, and just like not having those like things to look forward to, and you know that they're gonna happen. So it's just kind of like waiting and seeing. So that's kind of sad, like waking up and not having those things.
Yeah. Yeah. Same. Okay, Megs, you go ahead, honey.
Hey, yeah,
Hi.
I'm just gonna jump on the hug train and like missing social contact and having a bit of a routine too. Like it's super weird not like it's the first time in my life I've ever not worked and not had like a purpose to get up for in the morning. So that's just been, I'll never take work for granted again.
Yeah, totally.
Crazy.
Can we just go show of hands actually on just hands up if you're working from home? Okay, good. And then just hands up if you're not working at all. Yeah, okay, got it. And then those of you that are essential, you can just put your hand up. Yeah, girl. Essential, so good. Can we just get a little share? Maybe Kat, do you want to share what you are doing that is essential?
I'm actually a care aide at a home for disabled adults. So
Okay.
I'm still going to work pretty much every day, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Yeah. And then Chanel, you want to share too, honey? What do you do?
Sure, I'm a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
I work at Kelowna General and Penticton Regional.
Okay.
And, yeah, it's my first day off in about 8 days or something.
Wow.
So here I am. It's
Well,
nice
thank
to
you.
hear voices and healthy people.
No shit. Wow. Dude, thank you. I'm so glad that you chose to be here. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's nice. Thanks to Kelsey, but thanks for offering.
Yeah, 100% for sure. Okay, awesome. Does anyone else want to have one more little share just about what they're missing? It might be like, it's not redundant if you say that you miss hugs because those are very important. Anyone? Okay. So my next little prompt that I would love to hear from some of you is it could be related to your relationship, yourself, your work, friendships. Just what is a silver lining of this whole thing that you've noticed that you're like, wow, I didn't even think that that would be a thing that I would notice, and in a way that it happened because of this. Anyone want to share on that? It's like, what is a silver lining for you? And it could, and really leave that really open for you to share on what that is for you. Deb, there you go, honey.
A lot of time for self-care. Unlimited time.
Yeah, that's amazing. What's that look like for you?
All the feels. Yeah, good, bad, ugly.
Yeah. I realized I was like, there's certain parts of my own self-care that I was like, ooh, I wasn't doing that at all before. And now I'm still like putting it off, you know, certain things like that I'm like still putting off. I said that I was going to organize something. I was like, that would make me feel better to have my space more organized. And I was like, still not doing it. Yeah. It's like good, bad, and ugly. I love that. So good. Okay. Who else? Oh, yes. And sorry, honey.
I technically still in a way work at a brewery, and of course all the bars are closed and because we're not really essential, but we are in a way. But being laid off from that means I don't have to work till midnight, which means I can be a morning person now again. Which means I can actually like have a consistent sleeping schedule and like actually be an early riser. But it's like, wow, it means I can actually like reassess my entire day, and like I've completely rescheduled every day and I actually have a consistent sleeping schedule. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's weird to be able to do that now. For now anyway.
Yeah. Amazing. Okay. Kimmy, did you have your hand up? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Sorry.
I- I was going to say the silver lining for me has been contact that I've made or have been made to me through social media and what have you. And I've reconnected with some old friends that I haven't heard from in a long time. So that's kind of cool.
That is cool. I love that. So good. Anyone else that's connected with people that they haven't connected with in a while? Yeah, Jess, you want to share a little more?
My partner was supposed to leave for 6 months to go to Italy to work on a yacht, and he didn't go. So he's home for the indefinite future.
Okay. That's amazing. Can we talk a little bit more about this? Can I ask you a couple questions?
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. I love that. So we sometimes have it in our mind when you know that something's going to happen, like you know you're going on a trip, or you know that someone is going away, or you just like already have it in your mind. It's almost like you've played out what that's like when you're already on that trip or you're already seeing that person go. And then all of a sudden it's completely changed. So do you want to share just a little bit about how it's like, oh, well, shit, now you're going to be here for 6 months and there's like almost like a readaptation period. Is there any sense of that?
Yeah, I think it was like a lot of anticipation of him leaving. So it was a lot of that build up. And then when he got told that he wasn't going to go that day, it was maybe like next week. And it was the idea that that anticipation period was going to last for longer. And I found that that was a really hard time because it felt like I had to spend all my time with him and that like we had to be together because we weren't going to see each other for so long. And then just making that a longer period was a bit hard. But then now that I know it's going to be a really long time, it's a bit easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some comfort there. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's like, I feel like a big bonus.
Yeah.
So good. How's he feeling about it not going?
I think good. It's just the financial part of it that's a bit hard.
That's another thing. Yeah. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thanks, girl. What about Claire or Julia or Katie or Kajik? Oh yeah. Okay, cool. We'll just have like everyone has a share. This is awesome. Claire, go ahead, honey.
I was just gonna say my family's super busy and we like never hang out, and so this has really given us a chance to like every night we'll like sit down and have dinner and play a game or like sit down and watch a movie, and it's just been like super awesome because I feel like we haven't done that in so long. So it's been really nice.
Yeah, wow. I know that you guys are rolling. Like there's a lot happening in lots of different places, right?
Yeah.
And really like, I don't know how you guys feel about this or in that setting, that it's like the simple things, just being able to sit down and have a dinner with each other. And it's like, wow, hey, look into each other's eyes as you like eat.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like that, if that never happens, then it's like, wow, the simple things, right?
And like Nat and I have been doing your workouts like pretty much every day. So that's like fun for us. And then my mom will sometimes join in, and just like the small things that you just take for granted all the time.
Yeah, wow. That's so special. Love having you guys on there, by the way. So good. Okay, Julia, here you go, honey.
I was living in Vancouver and doing an 11-month program for school, and my boyfriend's here in Kelowna, so we were kind of doing the long distance thing for the whole 11 months, and my family's here, and so I'm super happy to be back and now with my boyfriend and my family and spending so much time with them. But I also feel like it happened, like I was only planning to come home this was a couple weeks ago, for a weekend. And then all of a sudden it's like courses went online and things just kept changing. And now I'm here probably, that's it, not going back. And so it's like just such mixed feelings because the whole time I feel like I've been waiting to kind of like get through the program so that I could come back home. But now I'm home like so suddenly and I'm like, I wasn't really ready for that. So it's just weird.
Weird. Adaptation again, right? Like, oh my gosh, how do I adapt to this whole situation where I thought it was going to be one way and then it's different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's good to have you home, girl.
Yes, thanks.
Okay. Yeah. Kajik, how about you, honey? I can't hear you. So hold on one sec here. Okay, try again. Yeah. Okay, can you turn us up a little? Okay, just a little quiet, but that's okay. You can just like really project into your phone.
Yeah, so my boyfriend lives in Vancouver, and we were supposed to actually go to Japan tomorrow, which is so sad that we can't go, but it's okay. I think it's interesting to find like different ways to stay connected through this whole thing, and one has been through your workout. Like we haven't seen each other in almost 3 weeks now, and like physically together. So it's fun, like kind of connecting on different programs and doing things and feeling like we're together. But yeah, I'm gonna go down there tomorrow, probably to be with him because he's off. He works at Children's, and I didn't really want to be with him while he's at work because he's like in and out of the hospital and kind of exposed to a little bit more. But now that we're not going on a trip, it's interesting to see how like we come up with different things to do together, because like one of our biggest things is travel. Like we're always going somewhere, so it's going to be a little bit of a different pace, not being able to like go and do all the like hikes in the parks that are all closed now. And yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how we adapt to this new way of life, like maybe like cooking a meal together and just like taking things a bit slower. And yeah.
Cool. Wow. That's awesome. Thanks, girl.
Yeah.
Katie, want to go ahead, honey?
Sure. My silver lining would be one, working out with you almost every day. That's been a dream of mine. So
that's awesome.
And in the future, I'm going to have to try to figure that out because I like enjoy working out with you. And I'm just finishing my teacher librarian program. So it's actually made it easier. I'm in my last 3 courses, and I have like next week I'm done, and I've just been able to focus solely on my last assignments because there's literally nothing else to do. So it's just been, I don't know, easier. That's about it.
Cool. That's great. Anyone else want to share on their silver lining? Even if you've already shared. Okay, cool. So I feel like that everybody is sharing their own unique experiences, and if we could just even just take a second and like acknowledge that everybody is having their own experience within this time. You know, we all put our hand up that it's like, okay, you know, yes, we feel like maybe there's some more like judgment happening out there in the world right now, but it's like those people are also having their own experiences, right? And everyone has their own silver lining and their own highs and lows. And for me, that's been something that I've just like really had to check myself and remind myself on again, that everyone is going to have their own reactions and their own you know, like maybe meltdowns or like highs and lows, right? And I think that this would just be something that if you take away from this call and this chat that we've had, is that everyone is having their own experience, and that you are responsible for only yours, and that you get to choose. And that's a lot of the work that I've done with my own yoga practice and running my own business, is like having your own choice and being like, okay, I'm responsible for my entire life, and I'm just going to choose my reactions, whether it's a pandemic or I'm making a business decision or it's something within a relationship or a friendship. And it's just like, just knowing that everyone is going to be around you doing their thing. And it's like, what are your choices? What's going to feel best for you? How can you connect outward to the people that you want to? And so this leads me into, we'll go a couple more shares, but this is what I would love to finish with. Something that something that you have come to, what I would love to hear from you guys is something that you have come to that actually matters versus what you thought might have mattered before. There's been a shift there for you in this time, that it's like, okay, maybe you thought that work wasn't that important, or the work that you were doing wasn't that important. And then now it's like, what really matters, right? Like what really matters to you. So just, if you share a little bit about like, hey, this was the thing before, and this is how it's shifted for me, and this is actually what's come out of this, that it really matters, that this is like the simple part of it, or the, you know, that spending time at home actually is really important to you. That's been something that I
have landed on. And it's just like, I didn't realize how on the go I was in lots of different places with my clients and classes. And yes, I love that. And that was like my normal, but I realized that like, for me, what is really important is being able to spend time at home and like make nice meals and be with Grant and actually be with him and not have like my phone out doing something for my work, and just to have a few more boundaries. Like those are the things that actually matter to me. So anyone would like to share just a little something that was before and now it's shifted, and it's like, oh, this is the thing that really matters. Not like a summary. It doesn't have to be like a sum up of this whole time, but just something that you've been like, wow, okay, I've landed on this. Anyone? Yeah, Megs. Go ahead, honey.
It's not exactly like that it didn't matter before, but I think I've just really, really appreciated all of the video chatting and like trying to connect with friends and family, and have been chatting with more people way more often than I used to. And I think before I would just be like, I would see people lots, but I have so many friends and family that don't live here that I wouldn't see. And now it's like I'm video chatting with them every day, even though they don't live here and they haven't. But because we have all this more, I don't know, like we have all this time on our hands, and it's just something that I really want to bring back with me into like regular life, so to say, when it goes back, and make that time to just keep those connections and stuff, if that makes sense.
Cool. Thanks, girl. Okay, who else? Kajik. Okay, so good. And then you got to really project into your phone. I think your speaker might be a little just off. Well, yeah, it's just not super clear, that's all. Are you on your phone? Yeah. Okay, that's okay. We just did listen real close. Not really, but that's okay.
Okay.
Go. That's okay.
I don't know why it's so low. Okay. One of my biggest realizations through this whole thing is like, and I know Megan and Mel know this really well about me, is I'm like a person that's like super stuck in my routine, and like I'll go to spin in the morning, then I work, and then I go to yoga, and then I go home and go to bed. Like I don't ever really see people unless it's in the weekend, like a weekend activity. But I'll never like take that for granted again, like being able to see my friends during the week and like not maybe doing like an activity that I just do by myself. So just making more friend time, and being more like present in the moment with my friends instead of just like not seeing them. And I've also made a point to like call a friend that I haven't talked to in a while, like every day. Like I'll call somebody new. Like I've met a lot of people on my travels, and I try and just connect with them a bit more now. And even people in Kelowna, like that I don't really talk to often, like I'll just every day I call like one friend and just like have a real conversation.
That's awesome. I love that. I'll just be like sitting on my couch at nighttime, like I'm just gonna FaceTime this person, see if they're like available. Just see if they show up. I love that. Thanks, girl. So good. I think Chantel, or do you have your hand up? Yeah. Yeah, Chanel, you go, girl. Chanel, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's kind of the opposite. I've always made room for friends and social activities, and I really value that, and I value my fun and my alone time. But now in this time, like I'm feeling a big draw to like help people and be more committed to like work, and it kind of feels like war for us. And I feel like for a lot of healthcare providers, like we're feeling like we've done our studies for this kind of moment, and it's really interesting. Like I find it's kind of, it's sad, weird to say, but it's kind of fun for us. It's like we're all coming together for this big purpose, and I feel more of a draw more than ever to work and do that. So that's pretty interesting. Yeah, we got to wear a mask and goggles, but it's fine.
Yeah. That's so incredible. And honestly, I feel like you might want to shed a little more light if you'd like to share, like that is really what's happening, is everybody is coming together and there's no like petty bullshit anymore. Everyone is like on the same agenda at the hospital. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, people have the running topic is COVID all the time, and you can't really get away from it.
Oh my
But
God. I love to laugh at that. Okay. Okay.
We get it all firsthand, and we hear about it nonstop. There's meetings, there's like gatherings all the time, debriefings, etc. And like you can't really get away from it, but it's really brought a lot of people together, and like the visitors and family members in the hospitals, like they're much more understanding than they've ever been. And it's really, really refreshing to see, because it's never been that way. It's always been kind of like more selfish, I guess. Like patients and families have been a little bit more selfish, obviously, because their loved ones are sick and they care about that person. But now it's like a whole. Everybody's connecting and trying to tackle this together. So it's nice. It's a different world in there.
No kidding. Yeah, that's incredible. You know, we had a big meeting a couple weeks ago with the Modo staff. It was on Zoom, of course, but like we all acknowledged it was like never before in the history of the world has the entire planet been on the same agenda. And I was just like, and you know, like you said, Chanel, like honestly, it is everywhere. And of course, like a lot of our conversation today is like really about it. And that it's like, what can we learn from this thing, that it's like we're all on the same agenda, you know? I think that's really quite incredible. And thanks for sharing that, girl. Like you said, you're going to war. Like that's pretty wild. And then you hear people complaining that they're like, fuck, I'm stuck at home. You know, it's like, well, we're out here like literally going to war. So yeah, dude, thank you.
But it like with all of the fitness instructors and yoga instructors and everybody just kind of sharing what they have right now, it's really nice to see that people are willing to offer all of this help and support and stuff like that. So with people staying at home, like this is another great way to connect and to stay positive. And luckily the weather's nice.
Yeah, so true. Yeah, that's one thing I've not acknowledged too. Maybe you guys, I know you're all on social media and you maybe have seen my Instagram or some of the posts that people are putting out about different people that are sharing. Like it also has been similar in that way of kind of every man for themselves. Like, you know, yoga studios are like, this is us, or over here. And then some trainers are like, this is my thing over here. And in a way that it's just like, only me and that's it. And now that people are just like sharing, there's so much out there. Of course, it might feel like a little bit noisy right now with lots of the fitness and yoga stuff out there, but like now more than ever, you can have any of your teachers that you've ever practiced with, like that are on Maui or in Vancouver or across the planet, you can be with them. And I think that that's a really special thing, that we're all like, okay, let's share and like keep each other together. Yeah. Okay, sweet. And then we'll just go maybe 1 or 2 more shares, and then I'll leave you guys to hang out a little longer if you want, or to head off. Anyone else that wants to share just like how it kind of was before and like maybe what really matters now, like any little shift or big shift? Angie, did you put your hand up? Yeah. Okay. Just like
I was moving my hands, but I was thinking about
right.
About the, like you were talking before about how you connect with people, and like, I'm actually going to sit down and have dinner with Grant and stuff, right? Look in his eyes. Obviously, I don't have that, but, I do have a wonderful roommate. But in terms of even actually spending time alone, like I'm an artist, I paint. And so, and a birth doula, sadly, if you heard about what's in the news about our restrictions right now, but as an artist, I have so many projects that I've kind of backburnered for a bit, and I've just I was kind of treating them as like, oh, it's not as important. Like, I don't need to, this isn't top priority, because it felt very like selfish in a way, but it's like, you're an artist. It's your job. Make them. And then actually, now that I have forced alone time, I actually was able to look at how I spend time alone and how it's very much like feels like it's in service to others, because it's good to feel like you're in service to others, but not when you should be using your allotted alone time to grow yourself, and actually not even just like like self-care of like, oh, rest, but also what about growing by challenging yourself with these different things and really focusing and not having any distractions. And so that's been kind of a weird shift of values for me, is like, and also actually spending time talking to people, like FaceTiming people people who I do normally see, and some people who I don't, but even just like, oh, we normally wouldn't connect so deeply. I'm like, I don't know why I didn't used to like face chat people before. Like I should do this more often. But then it's actually like, oh, I'm actually connecting with somebody, actually having a conversation, and then putting it away. And then I'm actually in my studio focusing and ignoring the world. And it's great. I'm like, oh God, this is finally. But before I didn't have the time to do it. And there's some projects I'm working on that are actually really important and can actually help people. And it's like, these are important. This has actually been important all this time. You should be doing this. So,
wow.
So it feels better to do that now.
Yeah, that's such a good realization. Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like we all have a version of that, of like our own, like, oh wow, that was the thing I was supposed to be doing, or I was going to be working on, or like now I can, or
Yeah.
maybe there's like in between. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay, now what I would like to ask all of you, do you have any like questions or things that you would like to hear about from anyone? Are you guys like done with this? I don't know if you would like to keep this rolling, or if you guys have questions, or if you want to ask me anything, or you want to ask each other anything, or just like out loud if you're curious on like, does anyone else feel XYZ? Anyone? Jimmy.
Roz, I have to take off. I have another chat to go to for 11. So I'm Thank you so much, and thanks out there, and Carrie, you're doing a great job.
Okay.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Sounds good. Bye, love.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. So good. Okay, well, thank you all so much. Unless you guys have any questions, I'll hang out for a little bit. Julia?
I want to hear like your answer to one of your prompts. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You kind of shared your silver lining, I guess, already.
Yeah.
Spending more time with family.
Yeah, definitely. Just like time with Grant has been so nice. He was off on the first week because his office. So for those of you that don't know, Grant's RCMP. And his office is considered like a non-essential service because he's not in like a uniform. And I say not in a uniform, he just wears plain clothes and is still RCMP. It's like a federal unit. And yeah, so he was like considered, because they're a smaller unit in Soyuz, it's like a small office. So it was like, okay, well, don't be with each other. This is too close together. And so they were working from home for the first week. And then the last week and this week, he's been away again because they're doing some like, they're moving offices and just doing some certain things like that. So he's been away. And so I realized, I was like, oh, the first week was so nice to be able to have some time together and like, wake up and he'd do his thing and he'd give me space to do my classes and that kind of thing, which was so nice. And yeah, and then this week it's been like, oh, well, he's been away, and just being able to have, dinner together and kind of like relax and just enjoy each other's company has been so nice. But I also like, my other silver lining, not just about my relationship, is this being able to share. I love teaching. Like, I love teaching so much. I love teaching yoga and I love fitness. And these workouts have really been such a sweet thing, not only to connect with the people that are showing up on the online places, like Zoom, like Instagram, those kind of places. It's been such a, like, really a total honor to be able to share still. When you only work at a gym or a studio, and that's it, and that's how you get that's how you see your people, and that's how you lead. that it's like, now I can do this online and be able to share with you. And for me, it's like, it's very different because I'm not being able to like hug you guys before class, right? Or like say what's up or give you a high five when you're like finished a set or something like that, right? And it literally is like me talking here in my kitchen, which is kind of hilarious. But it's been so cool to be able to like share this. And I feel like I've really, I've like worked on myself in a way. A lot of my personal, like the deep personal work has been for something like this. Chanel, when you were sharing that it's like, hey, we've all been like honing our skills to be able to like tackle this thing. I really feel like that I'm like, well, you know, this is the time that we need to keep moving, and we need leaders to be like, come with me. Like, I'm not letting you guys just like fall down and be like, oh, you know, kind of feel lost. So it's like, if I can give space for you guys to be like, okay, come together and we can move and we can breathe and like shift some energy around, and we can do that together like this. For me, that's like the utmost, like really special gift. So I just like appreciate you guys showing up, and just that I can still do that is one of my little silver linings. Yeah, so good. Anyone else have any like questions or anything? No? Okay, now here's a question for you guys. Should we do this again, like next week? Should we do this again? Maybe we'll like come up with some new questions, rock it out, do some chatting and maybe some like coffees. Yeah? Would you guys like to do this? Yeah! Okay, cool. Well, I'll put my brainstorming thinking cap on. And if you guys have any like things that you would be like, let's jam on this, you just send me a little note and we can make that happen. Cool? Okay, you guys are the best. Thank you so much for being here and for rocking it out. Maybe send me a note or like post about how your abs are feeling over the day and into tomorrow, maybe the next day. Yeah, and again, thanks for being here. You guys are awesome.
Thanks, Roz.
You're welcome, Megs. So good. Awesome. Bye, guys. Thanks for being here. Bye, Ange. Thanks for sharing, you guys. You're the best. Woohoo. Big heart. Yes. That's so good, Melissa. Oh. So good.